Hi, my name is Chastity Kelly, and this is my persuasive speech. On the average, vaccines save more lives than seatbelts in the U.S. Vaccines save an estimated 42,000 lives in the U.S. alone, 3 times more than seatbelts and child restraints combined. So my topic here is why is there refusal for vaccinating our children, and why is this such a hot topic? Number one is recent outbreaks are occurring. We have seen recently the outbreak of measles on the rise. In a recent chart from the CDC, or Center of Disease Control and Prevention, it shows the number of cases that have increased from 2014 to 2019. Second reason is social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitters. We have all seen the memes that have the pro and cons of vaccinations. And thirdly, my son just being 5 months old, as a new mother, I was faced as soon as my son was born is if I was going to get him vaccinated or not. With leaving the hospital, I knew it was just a matter of time till we came in touch with a pediatrician and we talked about the 2, 4, 6, 8, and 12-month immunization schedule. So my research on this, where do we stand at? In a recent article, it stated vaccination rates are up 12% overall since 2013. Among people covered by the employer-provided health insurance, Blue Cross and Blue Shield reports, but the rate of vaccines refusal rose 2.5% in 2010 to more than 4% in 2016, the insurance group found. So this means just because that vaccination rates are increasing, the right for refusal is also increasing and isn't far behind. So why are people refusing? That's a question everybody has. Well, now there's a term for it, and it's called vaccine hesitancy. It's a relatively new term used in research over the past few years to describe anyone who has a doubtful about vaccinations or who chooses to delay or refuse immunizations even when they're usually readily available. However, people are choosing to refuse for many reasons. 4 of the top reasons being religious reasons. Some examples are Buddhism, Hinduism, Judaism. Second is personal beliefs or philosophical reasons. Example is people think the MMR vaccine is linked to autism. Thirdly is safety concern. Social media playing a big part in this. Many people idolize actors, social media gurus. Some examples of actors that are anti-vaccines are Robert De Niro, Jim Carrey, Jenny McCarthy. Another thing is social media is so big and how a story can get across to millions in a matter of time. With one click, it can make a really big impact. All it needs, even if it's credible or not, is a believable pic, a convincing timeline, and a subject to blame on to convince millions that this is the wrong thing to do. The fourth thing is desire for additional education. People want to make sure these immunizations are 100% foolproof, and as many know, not everything is 100%, especially in the medical field. My next point is, what do the states think? What is our self-defense protocol? Well, all 50 states allow medical exemptions for certain patients, such as those who are immune compromised, allergic. Additionally, there are 30 states that allow exemptions for children whose parents cite religious reasons, and 18 states that make special accommodations for those expressing philosophical reasons. My concern as a new mother in the state of Texas was, what's the standard protocol for a baby or a child attending a school? So I looked it up in the Texas Human and Health Services, and Texas law allows physicians to write a medical exemption statement that the vaccines required would be medically harmful or injurious to the health and well-being of the child or household member. And B, the parent guardians to choose an exemption from the immunization requirements for reasons including religious belief and allergic reactions. The law does not allow parents, guardians to elect exemptions simply because of inconvenience. So that makes me feel better and should make other parents feel better when enrolling their child in a public establishment. So, statistics, people love numbers. CDC, they found that non vaccinated deaths, nearly everyone in the US got measles before there was a vaccine, and hundreds died from it each year. Today, most doctors have never seen a measles case. More than 15,000 Americans died from diphtheria in 1921 before there was even a vaccine. Only 2 cases have been reported to the CDC between 2004 and 2014. Thirdly, the epidemic of rubella came around, German measles. In 1964, 65 infected, 12.5 million Americans, killed 2,000 babies, and caused 11,000 miscarriages since 2012. 15 cases of rubella have been reported. So people want to know what's the vaccination rate of deaths. And the number one reason for vaccination deaths are anaphylaxis or a deathly allergic reaction, also called. It affects less than 2 cases per million doses of vaccines administered to children and adolescents. So very low number compared to non-vaccinated deaths. Another one was SIDS, which is sudden infant death syndrome, being a big controversy. However, in a recent article in CDC, it states babies receive multiple vaccines when they are between 2 to 4 months old. This is the age range, also the peak age for sudden infant death syndrome. The timing of the 2-month and 4-month shots in SIDS have led some people to question whether they might even be related. However, studies have now found that vaccines do not cause and are not linked to SIDS. So, my conclusion being there will always be hesitations among pros and cons of vaccinations. However, the benefits outweigh the risk in this case, not only for the individual receiving the vaccines, but also the ones around them. If parents are wanting their children to attend public schools or daycares, then there has to be a protocol of defense of immunities. I stand for immunizations and hope that others will start seeing the positive in them